What about things like, you mentioned e-commerce, so payments on websites, is that becoming more accepted? Because I remember a few years back that was a major complaint, but now it seems to be a little bit easier.
Yeah, payments has been getting better. I mean, even here at Astrolabs, you can pay by credit card, recurring billing online. Like we've kind of been setting up some of this stuff, but for e-commerce, for sure, payments is a big challenge. I mean, it's actually sad to see year after year the trend is actually getting worse and worse for e-commerce in terms of the percentage of orders that are paid by credit card. And now it's upward of 80% of all orders in the region are cash, and that's a killer for an e-commerce business model. It's very difficult to manage, but there's more and more payments. Service providers. We have a partnership with Checkout.com here, and there's a bunch of others that have come in to make it easier for companies to accept. But it's really trying to push the general populace, if you will, towards being more comfortable with online payment, which will take some time.
That's why what you're doing here is so important, because you're educating the market and you're finding ways to fix the problems as well. What can I compare Astrolabs to here? Because you're providing such an interesting mix of solutions. Flat 6 labs.
Yeah, it's a combination of a bunch of different things. Yeah, there's different ones.
So I mean, we honestly, if Astrolabs existed in this market, we would not have started. It's a mission-driven organization created to solve issues that we felt were not being addressed. If we thought that there was a general assembly in the region that was doing a killer job at teaching talent, we would not have started Astrolabs Academy. If we thought that there was a tech hub that was based in Dubai that was the focal point of all the technology, entrepreneurs, talent, ecosystem, we would not have started this place here, right? It took about 2 years to start this place, not because the physical portion was quite hard, but actually kind of like what Mohammed was talking about, the facility to offer the free licensing to the entrepreneurs doesn't come easy.
No, I can't.
Much easier to start a cafe, right, or to start a cool place, that where people gather, but that doesn't solve the issue of the starting up, right?
But even some of those cafe style or maker spaces, they haven't found much success. A bunch have closed down.
Because I mean, here the dynamic. If you go into it thinking that the dynamic of this market is just like any other, then you're gonna fail, because it's obviously we know here there's not that many people who are just kind of hanging around, right? So you need to be here doing something. Usually you're employed. So it's a very powerful thing, because we actually have a very international group that's part of Astrolabs. It's come in from everywhere from Spain and France and South Africa and India and Turkey and all these places. Where else in the world can you get plugged into a tech ecosystem? Just fly out, within 3 weeks have a company set up that can sponsor your own residency, right? Without much of red tape at all. When you think about it that way, and you compare that to the US or Europe or other places, you can assemble a team here with people from anywhere, basically. Just put together a team, get it going pretty quickly. It's powerful, right? And that's one of the benefits that we have really going for us being here. But it's still kind of educating and kind of trying to draw in some of these really interesting startups. We're seeing pieces of that actually with a couple of startups that have reached out to us recently, or have taken substantial funding in other markets in Europe and the US, and want to open up an office, and we're like, okay, come on over, and we can kind of get that set up for you quickly.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. And in terms of how does one apply to become a part of this?
Yeah, so it's super simple. I mean, the idea is to make it as efficient as possible. Founders don't have time, so we're trying to make it as efficient as possible while maintaining the quality, right? We try to curate what we call the doers network and a high quality environment for other founders. You go online. There's a short application. You just tell us about your startup, what it is about, what kind of traction. You put your LinkedIn profile. Within a day or two, we schedule a call with you if you're selected. If you pass at least that screen, and then you get a quick interview with us, either on Skype.
This is on a rolling basis, or
yeah, it's all the time. Yeah, I mean, happening every day actually. we schedule a call with you, or if you're in Dubai, we sit down with you for coffee. We verify that the stuff is correct and that you're the type of person that we want to have in the company on a personal level, right? Want nice people, right?
Cultural fit.
Yeah, cultural fit, right? So an existing company with some traction, and then if you pass that, we basically start your process of registering your company, so you can get your bank account and get rolling here. There is, should note that there is even a simpler path of people that are pre-company that want to be part of the tech hub, that are still working on the idea or this type of stuff. If they don't want to register a company and they want to work on it slowly, then also application based. But can you tell us about yourself more? And then it's a slightly kind of less selective process, because we give leeway about coming here and figuring it out, right? But if you want to kind of be here as a company, it's a slightly higher bar.
Okay, so you want people who know what they're doing, but also want to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, and are you looking for the next Twitter and Facebook and that kind of thing?
I mean, it's actually, it's been really cool to see the variety and the just all sorts of different types of companies that have been applying. It's really, we kind